certainly was a frightening wake-up call for people in the Ewing Place neighborhood. Shattered glass and busted windows. It's what's left of this car right here in Ewing Place. I'm Noah Certion, and coming up on This is Arlington, you'll hear from frustrated residents. Ask any parent who shapes a child's education, and most might point to teachers, but behind every lesson, every textbook, even every iPad, there's a group of people that you might not even see often. Now, no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, this election was historic. And as we've mentioned, President-elect Trump is now the oldest person elected and the second president to win 2 non-consecutive terms. But if Kamala Harris was elected, she would make history being the first woman elected to the office. And this history was not lost on voters as they casted their ballot. Take a listen to why this election was so important to them. At this year's convention, there are a lot of things going on. One of those, the delegate assembly that's happening right here in these doors. And the big topic this year, school vouchers.
Mr. Speaker, you have a quorum.
It's a new day and new legislative work session at Tennessee's Capitol. This year's proposed bills are gaining a lot of attention from Tennesseans, but today's session garnered attention from a younger audience.
Oh, no, I don't like that bill. That's silly.
Students against House Bill 932 that would force school boards across the volunteer state to create their own policy to ban cell phones during instructional time. The goal is to enhance safety.
This bill aims to minimize classroom distractions and internet bullying on our school campuses.
The proposed legislation got overwhelming bipartisan support from lawmakers, some Memphis lawmakers giving their approval before the vote.
I cannot see what sort of benefit it would be for a child to text or be on the internet during class.
But some are on the fence, with the main concerns being emergencies.
You never know what's going to happen, and if you need them for emergency purposes, I understand not having them like while someone is teaching.
The bill would allow teachers to let students use those devices for educational purposes in the event of an emergency. Well, we know there are a lot of distractions on your phone, but really one of the big concerns mental health experts have is the amount of time students spend scrolling on this. The 2023 Surgeon General's report says up to 95% of kids 13 to 17 use social media. Former Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy even called for tobacco-style warning labels on social media platforms.
Kids are spending more than 3 hours on average, that they face nearly double the risk, increased risk of depression and anxiety symptoms.
But a recent CDC study found about 50% of teenagers between ages 12 and 17 had 4 or more hours of daily screen time, one student agreeing with this study.
School should be just school, and it shouldn't have any outside distractions.
Noah Certion, this is Arlington. As many people were gearing up to gain an extra hour of sleep from daylight saving time, thieves were able to gain their way into multiple cars in Arlington. Sheriff's deputies say that they received nearly 30 reports of car break-ins in the town. Just around 4 a.m., deputies say that 33-year-old Mardrakus Sugars and a 15-year-old broke into a silver Chevy Malibu off of Dallas Ridge Drive in the Ewing Place subdivision. When the owner came to her car, she was met with shattered glass and broken windows. Now she's without her iPad for college and out of hundreds of dollars. It's a similar story for senior Juliana Palazzola. She was staying at a friend's house in a different neighborhood when she too noticed her money was stolen, causing a big inconvenience for her.
It sucked. It was very unfortunate because I worked really hard for that money.
Back here in the Ewing Place subdivision, sheriff's deputies say that another car was broken into near Oilfield Lane in Aubrey Ranch. This man, who did not want to be seen on camera for his safety, was awake when the thieves broke into his car. While his window was smashed, he's thankful things weren't worse.
I was very angry because I was like, man, I'm going to have to spend $300 on this. I'm going to have to figure out how to deal with all this. And then I realized, wait a minute, I'm okay. It was just a window.
And security cameras like these are supposed to keep a watchful eye to the sky as these vehicle break-ins happened under the cover of darkness. However, residents are telling me that understandably their sense of security is now shattered.
I felt my safest at my own house, but now I don't think I feel as safe as I usually did before.
As the sound of leaves rustling across the street ushers in a new season and noise to this once quiet neighborhood, residents hope that now the consequences the suspects are facing will help usher in a change of heart.
Follow what's right, follow what's right in your heart, and just do what's the right thing.
Reporting in Arlington, Noah Certion, this is Arlington. When driving on Interstate 40 around Memphis, it seems you cannot ignore an 18-wheeler hauling goods or cargo to its destination. But this massive 18-wheeler parked outside of Arlington Middle School wasn't hauling cargo. Instead, inside was a look at skilled trade jobs from truck driving to welding. The truck's owner, Be Pro, Be Proud, brings these 18-wheelers to schools around the country. On their website, they coin themselves as, quote, bringing a new generation of pride, progress, and professionals to America's skilled workforce, and that was the goal at today's event.
When they're planning what classes they take in high school and thinking about their future, they have some exposure now to see maybe what would spark their interest, what they'd like to do.
It was a hands-on event for 8th grade students as they got to play hooky from history class. And for one student, exploring these jobs now has him thinking about a future career in one of these industries.
I think the welding interests me, and maybe the truck driving too. It's just they're hands-on and they're fun.
While another student says that these skilled trade jobs aren't for her, she's glad just to learn about them.
In middle school, we don't understand how, really what people do as a jobs, we don't get that much into detail, but this, really went into detail.
And really, one of the cool things about this event right here is that all the jobs you see behind me are jobs geared towards what's wanted here in the state of Tennessee. And event organizers told me that they hope events like these shows middle schoolers just how important these essential jobs are.
Everybody needs to learn a trade. You can do it yourself and only pay for the materials.
Allison Lewis is a brand tour ambassador for Be Pro, Be Proud. She's gone on multiple tours throughout the volunteer state, and every time she meets with students, she's proud to see them succeed in something new.
I love to see the smile on their face when they figure out they can do some of these things that they've seen other people do when they're out and about, but never thought that they could attain that.
Reporting in Arlington, Noah Certion.
It's been a cool week, and it's cool to see all this here.
This is Arlington. For Chris Betancourt, music is everything.
It's I want to push to be the best I can, but I also want to push to be able to play these super cool pieces.
It's been a long journey for the 2024 Arlington High School graduate. Betancourt got his start in music in the 5th grade when the middle school band toured his elementary school. From then, Chris decided that he loved band. Then it came time for high school. When I sat down with Chris, he admitted that he was pretty hesitant about continuing band in high school.
When I went to high school, I never planned on doing marching band, but I thought I would try it out for freshman year, and that was the year that it was COVID, so nothing was normal. And I was like, well, I might as well stick it out and try a normal marching year, and then I loved it. And so I've just stuck with it ever since.
As the sound of the drums ring through the football stands Friday nights, you might have seen Chris with his euphonium marching in the band. While Chris is just one member that makes up the more than 100-member ensemble, being a part of this group has given him many opportunities. In this year's marching show, Chris got the chance to have dance solos throughout the performance, but when he isn't on the football field, you can see him performing solos during the concert season, something he described as a very intimate experience.
If you were at a concert and I had a solo, I could express my emotions in a different and more impactful way, I guess. And that's the joy of it. You know, you can communicate to people who don't speak the same language, who don't know anything about your life, but you can express different ideas and emotions to them.
And as Chris said, music really does benefit you. And you might be wondering, how can learning music like this impact me? Well, according to a recent study, it showed that learning music can actually help with math abilities to help you solve problems just like this one. And the good news is that if you're interested in any of the music programs at the high school, you can join right now.
Even if you have a small interest in music, small interest in band, choir, orchestra, all of our music people are great. All of them. Mr. Simpson, Mr. Shermer, and Mr. Chipman, fantastic teachers.
Reporting in Arlington,
it just makes me happy.
Noah Certion, this is Arlington.